With a high school sophomore when Hurricane Sandy destroyed his house in Massapequa, New York. Through the goodwill of strangers, his family was able to remain stable and together while their home was rebuilt. Then tragedy struck again when Billy was a junior. His mom, who had been fighting breast cancer, passed away. From then on, Billy was an emotional anchor for his two younger siblings, all the while focused on one goal, going to college at the University of Notre Dame. Billy, welcome to Notre Dame Day.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I don't know how you held it together. You lost your home. You had to be the rock for your whole family after you lost your mom, and yet you were able to maintain the grades and get here to Notre Dame. How were you able to do that?
Yeah, so it wasn't always easy at times, but school's always been a sort of, something I retreat to, and especially with my tough times. And I went to high school in New York City at Regis, which is about an hour and a half from my house. So I had a long commute each day, which I would use to, catch up on studying or prepare for work for the nights ahead. And I had that, and then also at times, since I'm so far from school, I'd stay at the library after school to finish up assignments or, study in a place where I knew I could focus and then, kind of keep away from the turmoil back at home.
How did you commute?
So I took the railroad in for an hour, and then I
Okay.
took 3 different subways when I was in New York City to get to the Upper East Side. Yeah.
I could see the railroad being a good place to study. I don't know if the subway was a great place to study.
the subway was definitely a lot tougher, yeah.
I understand that you have a great story about the day you got your Notre Dame acceptance letter. Could you share that with us?
Yeah, so one of my best friends got his acceptance letter about 2 weeks before I eventually did. And my dad is like the biggest Notre Dame fan. You talk to him, you might think he actually went here. And he would just like trace down the mailman for like that 2-week period, and he would like try to find him, and he'd ask him like, is there any mail, is there any letter? And eventually like one day he came home with this big package, and I walked in back from school, and he just like picked me up, hugged me. And like, he was just like so excited. He started crying. It was awesome. Yeah.
I can't imagine. And I still consider you at this point in my life a really young man, losing your mom at such a young age. And I know you've started a foundation in her honor. Could you talk about that?
Yeah, so essentially after she passed away, I wanted to find a sort of proactive way to cope with this and take this in stride and, still make her presence feel felt on Earth. And the way I started this foundation, the Christy Fox Foundation, and essentially the mission is to help out families with a parent or parents battling cancer within my town. And so I started off, I needed a way to make money, so I designed these pink rubber bracelets, and I started selling them and made some money, and then started reaching out to different people within my community to see who I could help, and it's been a success so far.
I know you're already fielded. Anybody that goes to school here, works here, you quickly learn that the term Notre Dame family is just not a cliche, that it exists. And I know there are other organizations here on campus who have heard about your charity, and they've reached out to you and offered you some advice. How have some of these other organizations helped you?
Yeah, so actually just about 2 weeks ago, I met with some members from Kelly Cares, and they talked about, helping me out, and we talked about what is the best way they could help me. So this summer, I'm going to be working with some members of their legal team in New York City, and they're going to help me get my 501c3 certification, so I'm actually recognized by the government, eligible for grants, and tax exempt. And with that, they'll be able to fund me, and we can plan more fundraisers, especially here at Notre Dame, maybe for this upcoming year and the next 3 years too. So yeah, I'm very excited for that.
So how much time does this foundation take? How much time do you spend on it?
I spend a decent amount of time on it. It's not like every day I'm very involved with it, but I'm always in contact with people, or people reaching out to me if they want to buy bracelets, or potential people I'm speaking out to. Some fundraisers I've had, I still talk to the managers day to day, and we talk about future plans or any other things we could work on. So I wouldn't say it's a day-to-day thing I spend a certain amount of numbers on, but it depends on the week. It varies.
It certainly sounds like you already had the work ethic that you needed to succeed here before you even got here, with the things that you had to deal with, staying focused and getting the grades you needed in order to get into Notre Dame. But what's that transition been like? You went to a prestigious high school in New York City, but has it been an easy transition here at Notre Dame? Has it been hard?
Yeah, I wouldn't really say it's been easy, but I don't know how difficult it's been. The only difference here is that I feel like I have so much. In high school, I ran such a strict schedule with all the train times and all this homework and deadlines and going home to help my family out, cook dinner or whatever. And now it's I have a lot more unstructured time and freedom, so my only challenge is trying to, maintain focus and not waste too much time.
What's your major?
Business.
Somehow I kind of knew that. Billy, thank you for taking the time,
Yeah,
and good luck
Thank you for having me.